What's happening, guys? So, match preview for tomorrow tea time's fixture in the Euro 2024. We have England versus Switzerland. Match preview. Let's get it. Now, this is not going to be an easy game for England, especially going by the last one against Slovakia. Christ, you know what I mean? Like, how can you be struggling against Slovakia like that? You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Anyways, we've got two big games tonight. We've got Germany versus Spain and France v Portugal, right? I think if England, so if England win, they'll face the winners of Netherlands v Turkey, which is tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock kickoff. That one is. Anyway, let's get into it anyway. Because let's get into it. I'm actually looking forward to it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not no England fan or anything like that type shit, but you know, it is what it is, isn't it? Anyways, after somewhat struggling through their group in UEFA Euro 2024, many expected positive reaction from England, but instead they only just squeezed past Slovakia 2-1 in the last 16, as Jude Bellingham's 95-minute overhead kick spared manager Gareth Southgate, or R. Southgate, blushes before Harry Kane struck a minute into extra time to complete the comeback. Now, I ain't gonna lie, right? It was a good comeback. When you look at the context of the game, you're losing and then you come back like that. The point was England stunk out the gaff, and it was against Slovakia. If it was against Belgium or someone, or France or someone, or Portugal or any one of them teams, you know what I mean? It's going to be looked at differently. Next up is a quarterfinal clash with Switzerland, a side who England have remarkably lost only once in their last 24 meetings. 118, drew 5. Jesus, I didn't even know that England held a record like that against Switzerland. I ain't gonna stunt. But they'll have to be at their best to progress in this latest head-to-head. This outlong would also represent Southgate's 100th match in charge of the three lions, as he becomes just the third boss to reach that prestigious milestone, and he'll be hoping that his men can silence their critics to progress to a third major tournament semi-final under his stewardship. Now, Switzerland, for me, they kind of remind me of Portugal. You know what I mean? That Portugal before they won the Euros. It was one of those things for them where it was like, it's only a matter of time because we've been to a final before, blah, 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 right? And then Portugal go and beat France in France. You know what I mean? To win their first Euros. Beating a country that's already won the Euros before. You know what I mean? I see Switzerland doing something like that in the future. If they don't do it this time round, sometime in the future, I can see Switzerland being that team, being that next one to put themselves on the map. We've won the Euros now. You know what I mean? Greece went and did it in Portugal in 2004, 2004. You know what I mean? Greece. You know what I mean? And England can't win not one. You know what I mean? England cannot win not one Euros. But you got Greece out here chilling with the Euros. Anyways, the Swiss found the going much easier in the last 16 fixtures as they beat neighbours Italy 2-0 at the Olympic whatever stadium in Berlin. Goals from Remo and Vargas did the damage as the Red Crosses largely dominated their opponents to make it just 3 defeats in their last 14 games in the Euros. 1-6, drew 5. Now for Switzerland to go and knock out the holders. You know what I mean? And the way they did it as well. When do you see England do that? You know what I mean? When do you see it? I mean, It is madness. Signaling them out is somewhat of a dark horse as the tournament nears a crescendo. Switzerland are dark horses in all fairness. You know what I mean? Just when England have no excuse because they're avoiding all those big hitters, here comes Switzerland. You know what I mean? Obviously, the Netherlands ain't no pushover. It ain't no pushover. This will be Switzerland's 5th quarterfinal in a major tournament, and they'll certainly be hoping that their latest such match goes better than the previous attempts. That's because they've lost all 4 of their prior fixtures at this stage, the most times that any European side has reached the final 8 without ever having progressed further. Yet, having scored 7 goals so far in Germany this summer, their firepower could be enough to send them to the final 4 for the first time in their history. So obviously the latest, the players to watch is Bellingham for England and Vargas for Switzerland. Now, the head-to-heads, last 5 matches, you know how we do it. Just like the club football version, right? We go by England's last 5, then the opponent's last 5, and then the last 5 against each other. So England's last 5, England won 2 of their last 5, drawing 2, losing 1. With the latest being beating Slovakia in extra time to win 2-1. Before that, they drew 0-0 against Slovenia. Before that, they drew 1-1 against Denmark. And before that, they won 1-0 against Serbia. And then before that, they lost 1-0 against Iceland. Now, you look at that and you think to yourself, how are these men going to be good enough to win Euros with a resume like that of their last 5 games? You know what I mean? It ain't looking good, fam. You know what I mean? Sorry, but it ain't looking good. Switzerland's last 5 drew 3 of the last 5, winning 2, with the latest being a 2-0 win against Euro holders Italy to knock them out. To knock them out, people. Before that, they drew 1-1 against Germany. Before that, they drew 1-1 against Scotland. Now, to draw 1-1 against Scotland, I don't know what's going on there with Switzerland. Like, Switzerland have the firepower to be blitzing Scotland like that. You know what I mean? Like, England would have beat Scotland. You know what I mean? They always do. And before that, they beat Hungary 3-1. And then before that, they drew 1-1 against Austria. That's Switzerland's last 5. Now, the last 5 against each other now. And last time England played Switzerland was 2022. And they came out 2-1 winners. Before that, England won on penalties in 2019. It's Nations League playoff 3rd place. Switzerland lost on penalties to England. Before that, England beat Switzerland 1-0 in 2018. It was a friendly. Yeah, both their victories in open play that I read out was friendlies. Before that, in 2015, England beat Switzerland 2-0 in the Euro qualification. And before that, in 2014, England beat Switzerland 2-0 in the Euro qualification. So, when's the last time Switzerland got... Oh, 1981. Jesus Christ. That's the last time Switzerland beat England. 1981. And what was that? World Cup qualification. Jesus. 1981. Otherwise, England have dominated. I think they've only drawn once. Twice. They drew in 1996 and 1971. Yeah. My match prediction is going to be interesting. So, yeah, as we know, the winners of this game will play Turkey or Netherlands, depending on what happens. Obviously, England play first. So my score prediction for this game is I'm going... I didn't know if Switzerland's record was like that, but this Switzerland is a bit different. I'm going England 1, Switzerland 3, right? I know. It's not really wise, right? it's not really wise to make out that I think Switzerland are going to beat England 3-1.
What?
But hear me out, right? Switzerland, obviously England have got good players, Switzerland have got good players, but Switzerland seem to have an edge about them. And looking at England's, when you look at England's previous games, I'm sorry, but lost against Iceland before the Euro started, scraped to win against Serbia, drew against Denmark and Slovenia, and then you scraped past Slovakia. And am I supposed to sit here, right, and think that England are just going to walk past Switzerland? Or do we think that if England win, it'll be because the game's really tight and, you know, England just scrape it like they did against Slovakia? Slovakia were chilling. You know what I mean? Like, if Slovakia can, for me, Slovakia laid out the blueprint. You know what I mean? They showed other teams you don't have to be special against these, man. That's what Slovakia did. They showed everyone. Nah, you don't think you have to turn up as if you're playing Brazil in the World Cup, or should I say Argentina, because Brazil don't do anything these days in the World Cup and whatever. Don't think you have to turn up like you're playing Argentina or something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's. If I was a Swiss fan, look, the record would be the only thing I'd worried about. Otherwise, I'd be thinking, nah. Look at England in the last few games. You know what I mean? I'm saying, yeah. At the very first, I said 4-1. But I thought, nah, I don't think England will be down that bad. So I'm just going 3-1. You know what I mean? I'm just going to say 3-1. Switzerland win 3-1. It'll be a tight game, but then once Switzerland get a goal, I think they'll have momentum. And then England will try, and Switzerland will just pounce. But if records speak for anything, England will win this game. You know what I mean? And Switzerland will fall short again at this stage because they never got past this stage. You know what I mean? But it's only a matter of time for, you know, your countries like Belgium and Switzerland. It's like it's only a matter of time, especially Switzerland. You know what I mean? Well, I could put Belgium in there, I suppose. It's just that Belgium just need to grow a striker that's just going to basically be a Haaland type of striker. Swiss. Belgium need their own. You know what I mean? They need that. Norway lacks everything else around it. That's why they couldn't qualify. All they got is Odegaard and Haaland, the main two. You know what I mean? And still can qualify. But Belgium, if Haaland was Belgium, you know what I mean? Because Lukaku is absolutely useless. The guy's, for me, he's a letdown. You know what I mean? I if I'm Lukaku's teammate, right? Like, it's just going to be, I'm just going to feel jaded the fact that you're the man up front and I have to pass to you if I get that opportunity for you to try and score. Look at him in the Champions League final in 2023 against Man City. Useless. You know what I mean? He arguably cost Inter Milan the Champions League because they possibly would have scored if he got his big head out of the way. You know what I mean? Lukaku is a liability, fam. He's just a buff Eddie Nketiah. You know what I mean? Just useless. It's like, what's the point in you being in this team? You know what I mean? Go play for Stoke or something. But it is what it is. Anyways, guys, I'm done with this video. Like the video, share the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The links are in the description below. And yeah, I've rebranded another channel that I had, and I've got, well, that channel is now a full-blown reaction channel. So any reaction videos I do outside of football, because any reactions to do with football is still going to be on this channel. Just that reactions, nothing to do with football, is going to be on that channel. So I'm going to include that link in the description below. In fact, that'll be the top link. And yeah, just give that a subscribe and everything like that. And yeah, so what you can expect is the reactions that you may like me doing here, that I've been doing here, just expect that, but with other topics. You know what I mean? So the editing is going to be the same. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy editing videos. Like, I literally enjoy editing videos. So yeah. Anyways, see you guys for the match reaction. I won't do a watch along because I don't get the views to do that. But yeah. Anyways, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the match reaction. Peace.